Hi, it's Nugent here. Welcome to video 2 called Managing Distraction. I'm going to show you a simple, implementable process that will get all of the distractions in your life in one place where you can simply manage them once a day. One of the great advantages you'll get from this is an email inbox that is empty. Imagine that, an empty email inbox. It's very important that we manage distractions, otherwise all the good work that we've done in video 1 on high payoff activities is going to be compromised by our distraction. So let's get on with video 2, managing distraction. You know, I used to think I could deal with everything that came at me in the workday, deal with it there and then. The phone calls, the "have you got a minute?" visitors, I could jump around from one task to another, batting everything back over the net like some crazed tennis player in the longest rally in tennis history. And I was right, you know, I could actually do it, but I was also wrong. I shouldn't do it. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. The price we pay for not dealing with distractions effectively is huge. What do I mean when I talk about distractions? I'm talking about everything that gets between us and our high payoff activities. Remember, our high payoff activities are the critical tasks that make us productive and deliver our goals. So, distractions, for example, I'm talking about email messages, phone calls, colleagues, the post, our in-trays if we have them. We should also add some more stuff to the list of distractions. Actions we pick up in meetings, ideas and thoughts that we have on the way to work. Now, there may be some important stuff in this list of distractions, but let's treat them as suspected distractions, just to be on the safe side. So why is it important to manage distractions? There is only one productive activity at work, only one, and it's doing high payoff activities. Spending time on distractions is a waste of our precious, irreplaceable time. But it's even more insidious than that, you know. If we don't properly manage our distractions, they stay in the front of our minds even when we're not spending time on them. This wastes precious bandwidth in our brains. We lose effectiveness when we are dealing with things that really matter, high payoff activities, and this is not good. It's quite common for people to try and get through their to-do list so that they can carve out some time for the bigger, more important tasks. I used to do this, but it's crazy for two reasons. First, you can never clear your to-do list for any length of time. There's always something new fighting to take its rightful place on the list. Secondly, by trying to clear the unimportant so that you can get onto the important, actually prioritizes the trivial over the important, and that just doesn't make sense. There has to be a better way to put the small stuff, this unimportant stuff, in its place. So what can you do now? The outline of this process is contained in the PDF document which you can download by clicking on the link below this video. You might want to do that now to act as a guide. Okay, number 1, switch off your email. Unless you work in customer service or technical support or some similar role and you're required to be reactive, you must switch off your email. Most email is simply someone else's agenda invading your life. Switch it off. You will live. We got on perfectly well in the past with a daily dose of mail. Nothing's really changed, and if you think your customers need you to be instantly reactive 24/7, that's either untrue or you have conditioned them to expect it. Time for a change. Switch off your email. Number 2, switch off your phone for the same reasons as for email. Number 3, gather everything else, letters, notes of actions from meetings, thoughts, ideas, all the distractions, keep them all in a folder. Do not play with them, just gather them up. Number 4, people who interrupt you, unless you want a bit of social interaction, and that's fine, be polite and firm. Say, I'm a bit tied up right now, can you come back at 2 p.m? Number 5, this is the core of managing distraction. Once a day for no more than 1 hour, you process all this stuff. Put this time in your diary. Switch your email and phone back on and get your folder out with all the hard copy stuff in it that you've been gathering up. Now you're ready. Look at every item, every email, every phone message, etc., and decide to do one of these 4 possible things. Bin it, put it in the bin. File it, put it in a file. Delegate it to someone, or action it. This is called one-touch management. Everything gets touched just once. It's not read, then half read, left for later, generally messed around with, touched several times. No. Touched just once. Bin, file, delegate, or action. The first three, bin it, file it, delegate it, these are self-explanatory. The fourth category, action it, should be reserved for a very small number of your distractions. Remember, here we're dealing with the small stuff, the unimportant. You can take action on a lot of it, but you shouldn't take action on a lot of it. So, what do you do with these distractions that need some form of action? If the action will take 2 minutes or less, just do it. Just do it right now. Get it out the way. You will get that nice feeling you get when you just get things done. Bam, bam, bam. Getting through the list. That's fine. If the action will take more than 2 minutes, decide when the latest possible date is that you can take the action and put a note in your diary to do it on that date, not beforehand. Then either bin or file the email, piece of paper, letter, whatever it was. Get it physically out of sight. And this is including out of your email box. In summary, gather all your distractions, don't play with them. Process them with one-touch management. Bin, file, delegate, action. For the action items, if you can do them in 2 minutes or less, do them immediately. If they will take longer, decide the last possible date for you to do them and put a note in your diary to remind you. Then take the email, letter, etc., whatever it is, and either bin or file it, but get it out of your sight. This is the whole process. Spend no more than 1 hour per day on this. Do this every day for 3 weeks and you will wonder why you ever did anything else. You can download the outline of the whole process, as I've said, by clicking on the link below this video. You know, we can either manage distraction or it can manage us. We can be proactive or we can be reactive. One-touch management is a simple process that very quickly becomes a habit. My high-performing clients do this routinely. You will feel so much more in control of your time, so much more in control of your working day. You'll get the same clear-headedness and great feeling of purpose and control that you get from the focus on high payoff activities that we discussed in video number 1. You will be using your most precious resource, your time, with true effectiveness. You will have laid the second foundation stone of high performance, and no matter how successful you already are, you will be well on your way to realizing even more of your potential. Hi, I hope you enjoyed video 2. It's amazing how in this day and age we really have to manage distraction, otherwise it will drown us. It's a very simple process I've given you: bin, file, delegate, action. Don't give any of this distraction more than 1 hour a day. That's all it deserves. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck with the implementation. Below this video there's a link to the final video in the series, which is all about positive psychology, which I know you're going to find very interesting. So click on that now and I'll take you to video 3.